Hey y'all, welcome to LumberJillville. Women's wrestling lives here. And welcome to today's very unique video. Now, this is a video format I've never done before on the channel. It's something different and unique, but basically, I just wanted to share my joy with everyone out there that watches the channel and kind of let you in on how I came across this figure and also give you an up-close look at it. I'm not going to open it up, but yeah, I mean, anyone that's familiar with LumberJillville knows that when I started this channel toward the middle of 2020, from that moment on, I pre-ordered every single women's wrestling figure and reviewed it right here in LumberJillville. I mean, for all of 21, I actually paid for overnight shipping. Since then, they've really jumped that price up to where it's not even affordable anymore. But yeah, I mean, I've gone out of my way to make sure I review and I cover it. I buy every single women's wrestling figure, except there have been some that have always eluded me. And the women's wrestling figures that have always eluded me are the AEW Chases. So before I give you that whole story or talk about that, let's show you what I found yesterday at Target. Yeah, it still gives me goosebumps, y'all. So the thing is with the AEW Chases, in rares, I guess you could call them, is obviously they are hard to find. They're very desirable amongst collectors and unfortunately amongst scalpers or those that want to resell them. And I understand completely. I get it. I mean, if someone sees a Chase or a rare on the shelf, I don't expect them to say, oh, I'll leave it for the next, you know? I mean, I understand that. However, I have been looking for so long. Since the start of AEW figure releases, since that Chase that was in Series 1 of Riho, I have been looking. And side note, I drive an hour and 15 minutes to work and an hour and 15 minutes back every single day. And I pass quite a few Walmarts. I pass 2 Targets. And I've stopped almost religiously. And I've never seen a Chase. So yesterday, here's the story. I didn't stop at my usual places by me. I'm heading to work and there's a GameStop. And I've been seeing online that a lot of GameStops have been getting AEW Chases. So what I did is I pulled off, went to the GameStop, didn't see any Chases, and I looked at the time. I'm going to be getting to work early. I might as well walk into Target here. So I walk into Target, turn the corner of the toy aisle, and I see a bunch of boxes, a bunch of empty boxes, y'all. And this is a good sign. I've come across this before at stores to where that means they just put the figures out. They just put all the toys on the shelves, like first pick, right? And multiple times I've come across that, still never found a Chase, but today was lucky and different. So I see the empty boxes and my heart starts racing and I'm just thinking in my head, oh my gosh, what if I found a female Chase? Wow, right? That was a weird voice I did, by the way. Anyway, so I turned the corner, the wrestling figure aisle, and mind you, this store in particular hasn't updated the figures they have on the pegs for a while. And that's what kind of drew me to go there because I'm thinking they have to restock at some point. So I turn the corner and I see the side here of the entire Unmatched Series 3 black and silver on the pegs. And I'm looking on the pegs. I don't really see much. You know, I see obviously the whole set. The whole set was just put out. And I look down, and there it was. AEW Unmatched Series 3 Anna Jay. Y'all, I can't even tell you the joy that it brought to me and how it made everything just worth it, you know? Like, I love LumberJillville. I love what we do on the channel. I love women's wrestling figures, and it's a passion of mine, you know? It started because I saw how these women were inspiring to my daughter, and they became inspiring to me. And just the lack of respect out there in the collecting community and the wrestling community on women's wrestling and women's wrestling figures made me think, why can't a single straight father have a channel based on these awesome women, these awesome women's wrestling figures, and give them the love and respect they deserve? So that's kind of summed up, you know, why I started LumberJillville. So my whole collecting is women's wrestling figures. That's my whole identity here in LumberJillville. And these Chases have been like grails. The Riho is one of my most desired figures ever, right? And they only made 1,000 of those. But I'm a big fan of Riho. But when I saw images of this coming out, I remember telling the treasurer, I said, hey, that might be the first chase that I spend big money on. And that's the thing, a lot of these chases, they go for a lot of money, you know? And I've never wanted to commit to spending over $100 on a chase. So I'm by no means complaining or anything like that, because I could have gotten it if I wanted to by spending that much, but I just didn't want to spend that much on it because it's not the same, you know? Like, I really wanted the joy of finding a chase in store, and y'all, I can't even begin to tell you how I felt when I saw this. I mean, my heart was racing. I got so excited. I mean, so much so that when I grabbed it, I was walking to the checkout. I almost forgot to check out. I was like, okay, gotta pay. And it was funny because on the shelves they had all of the new Legend Series 14. They had Elite 90. I think it was Elite 90. But that all didn't matter to me. Now, obviously, I looked to see if there were other chases or if they had 2 Annas. To be honest with you, I would have gotten both and I would have reviewed one on the channel. But I'm not going to review this today. You know, I'll give y'all an up-close look at it just so you can kind of see the unique packaging and what the figure looks like. But yeah, I mean, it was a very big moment for me. It just meant a lot. And the reason I didn't want to post this all over Instagram right away, or didn't want to put it in my thumbnail even, is because, you know, for the last year and a half since I've been looking for these chases, anytime I see it, like, I'm a happy collector, which means I'm happy for others. I just made that term, I guess. I'm happy for others when they find what they need. It is frustrating with these chases because 80% of the time, people just grab them to sell them and flip them. I mean, that's why they're only listed at high prices online, you know? So, that's unfortunate, right? But, yeah, this is just a big deal for me. A big deal for me. And the fact that I was able to find it and not spend that money on it really meant a lot, you know? And obviously, I feel content. I'm going to keep fig hunting. That's what I like to do. What are we at? 7 minutes? Okay. I'm going to keep fig hunting, and that's what I really like to do. But y'all, it's going to be hard to top this. I mean, if I would have found my first chase in the wild, even if it was a male AEW figure, my heart would have been racing even still. But the fact that it was an Anna J, I can't even tell y'all how much it meant to me. And needless to say, you can see right here, I mean, I have a Anna J autographed 8x10. Like, I'm a big fan of Anna J. I think she's great. I think she's such a young, promising talent. And to be able to find this chase blew me away. Oh, but yeah, the whole thing I was getting to, and then I kind of talked in a circle, and then we'll take a closer look, is the reason I didn't want to post this on my thumbnail or, you know, post it all over and brag. It's because, you know, I know how it feels being a collector that searches for these and hasn't found them. I was convinced my area didn't get them because they appear in the same areas. They do. And I got lucky and one appeared in mine. But I didn't want to make people feel upset or make people get jealous or make people feel bad in any way by what I found. And that's why I didn't put it in the thumbnail, because I thought if they support me and support LumberJillville, they'll watch the video and they'll see what I got. Otherwise, I'm not, like, you know, making people feel bad. So, I mean, in a couple days, I'm sure I'll post pictures all over of this because this means a lot to me. But so that's the reason why I didn't, you know, post it as soon as I found it or anything, because yeah, I just care a lot about all the viewers out there and everyone that watches the channel, and I don't want anyone to feel bad. But I am going to say this before we take a closer look. I am going to say don't give up on searching, y'all. It has been so disheartening for a year and a half to not find one, but don't give up, because it could happen to anybody. If it can happen to me, it can happen to anybody. Trust me. So you never know. You never know. But yeah, so I'm going to stop rambling now, but let's take a closer look at this figure in the packaging. Alright, so I real quick want to do a little side-by-side comparison. We have that Chase on the left, and then we have the regular version of Unmatched Series 3 Anna J. Now, needless to say, I ordered about 4 or 5 of these from Ringside and didn't get a Chase, so I really have tried hard, y'all, so I can't even... Yeah, I think y'all know by now how much it meant to me to find this. But anyway, so what's really cool about these AEW Chases is not only are the figures drastically different inside the packaging, but the packaging itself is drastically different. So what I mean by that is obviously we have that sticker on the Chase version, which really, it's so classy. I love that. Really makes it stand out. But the image of the superstar themselves is completely different between the two versions. Completely different image used, which really makes it awesome and unique in its own way. And that image is even different on the side of the box there, obviously, because they use that image that they have on the front cropped for that side image. But either way, it's nice to have it different. And then what's really cool is the back of the box there. I think that's so cool that we get a figure of, or a picture of what the attire is from. And it's obviously different between the two, and the photos on the back are different. So I love that about AEW figures. I've liked that from the beginning. Now, they haven't been 100% accurate. They were off on the Ty Conti figure. The date they had on the back didn't really match the attire. So I always have to fact check these. But either way, it's cool that they have an image from what the attire's from. I think that is freaking awesome. And I love how drastically different these two images are. I mean, that's just so cool that the Chase has its own image. But let's set this to the side here. So yeah, taking a closer look here, I am going to point this out first and foremost, because y'all know me, and y'all know I'm a face scan snob, right? And I've said it countless times on the channel, when that TrueFX face scan or whatever face scan technology AEW figures use, when it's not printed on correctly, even if it's a little bit off, it looks wonky. And mine does look a little wonky, to be honest with you. But, you know, I'm not going to complain. It's a Chase, and what really makes me, like, smile, and it makes it all better is, hey, it's okay. She comes with an alternate head, and that is painted and sculpted beautifully. So, yeah, I'm not a huge fan of how the scan came out on my Chase figure here, but, hey, beggars can't be choosers. I'm definitely not complaining about that. It's just kind of funny. Looking at the attire, it's a lot more simple, actually, than that regular version that we got. And here, it's just a solid black with purple and silver accents. And I think that's what I really loved about this figure when I saw images, is the classiness of it. You know, I went to a college that was purple and black, and purple's my favorite color. And I just love how this figure looks. I love that purple and black theme there. And yeah, here's an up-close look at that Chase sticker, 1 of 5,000. That's, boy, that might have been the first thing I saw when I had, heart palpitations there. And then another thing to look for the Chases is a lot of them have a red number here. And that red number is so important because it really does signify that it's a Chase. And then, like I said, on the back here, we have a large image from the night that she wore this, along with the date and the rest of the series. So, yeah, that's about as up close as we'll be able to look at it. Because I am not going to open it up. I'm throwing it in a protector right after this. But I just wanted to give y'all an up-close look if you're curious and do a little comparison. Thanks for stopping by LumberJillville. Women's wrestling lives here. Now, I know today was a completely different video from anything I've done before on the channel, but have no fear, Elite 93 with Kel Gonzalez should be here tomorrow, and then Showdown Series 9 Sasha and Bailey should be arriving to LJV right after that. So there's going to be lots of brand new women's wrestling figure reviews coming very soon to LJV. Now, with that being said, have a great night, y'all.